Here we go again. Been here a million times before, and this probably won't be the last time. So we're witnessing mass hysteria all over again, and I, for one, am not surprised. So when this fight was first announced, I told you that Terence Crawford had the ability to school Canelo, but would maybe get knocked out. I called this a 50-50 fight, telling you that Canelo would not be able to hurt the bigger Terence Crawford, that it would go to the cards, so that you could bet on it, and that Canelo would get the nod, which is where I went wrong. I also told you that if Canelo were to get this nod, there would be, once again, even worse mass hysteria with Terence Crawford fangirls who don't know how to score boxing, screaming and shouting robbery. Let me know in the comment sections, what would you have said had Canelo actually gotten the nod? Did Canelo knock him out? Did he even hurt him? Did Terence Crawford put BTA? Knock out Canelo, turn it up late in the fight and beat his ass? No. He eked out a 7-5 decision from 2 judges in America, with a lot of people wanting to sick ice on Canelo. The super duper unbiased boxing fans that they are. So how did Terence Crawford whoop, destroy, annihilate, and stop, knock out Canelo? How did he win this fight? Well, let's see. Terence seems to land a jab to the body we can't see. That little tap Canelo smacks down was very visible. Canelo evens out the round with a thud. Crawford takes the lead with the partially blocked. Nice jump hook. Canelo stuffs the rest. Remember, blocked punches don't count. Canelo's gonna need at least 3 of these partially blocked right hands to even out the round. Crawford gets his lick back, nullifying that same shot Canelo just landed. Even though we can't see it, I'm gonna give it to him. So at this point, he is up by that partially blocked jump hook. Canelo lands another thud to the body, making things even at this point. Canelo takes a small lead in the round by rocking Terence Crawford with a mostly blocked body punch. Crawford tries to get his lick back in a round where he got out-punched by a bigger puncher that also pressed the action, was the ring general, aggressor, cut the ring off. Canelo clearly takes a very close, competitive first round.
One single shot from Crawford.
Did you like that clean left from Crawford? Did you like the left hook to the body and the greater activity from Canelo?
I could see a judge giving the first round to Crawford if they thought that blocked right hand did land, but Canelo did land the better punches and more of them. But such is the nature of scoring boxing live, and you really can't expect people to be perfect, especially if they're extremely emotionally attached to Terence Crawford. Canelo probably found the same kind of opening there that you see on Crawford's left side, and Crawford comes back with a grazing hook. We're gonna be generous to Crawford and let's call it even.
But that shot right there that Canelo landed, and he's landed it in the first round, is a shot he uses often with southpaws. Punch.
Crawford takes the lead with a nice jab. Canelo evens things out with the hard graze to the body. Canelo takes the lead, cutting the ring off with the hard left hand, again to the body. Crawford just about nullifies Canelo's previous connect with that jab to the face, but Canelo takes a big lead with a big right hand right on the gut. Canelo takes the lead by 2 big power shots. Jab to the body versus jab upstairs cancel each other out. The trick to scoring boxing is to watch both guys. Canelo's counter jab puts him up by 3 punches with 19 seconds to go. Crawford brings it back down to 2 as the second round ends. Clear Canelo round. 2-zip.
Slowly starting to land a few more shots. Canelo landed that left hook. Shot right there.
Crawford starts the third round with a sharp jab. Canelo gets his right back. Crawford takes the lead with a touch to the body. Do you hear the difference in punching power? My point exactly, but we're gonna call it even because that was deflected a little bit. Crawford takes the lead with a jab through the guard. He's up by 2 now. Canelo brings the lead back down to 1 with a partially blocked power punch. Crawford is back up by 2 jabs. Good B by Canelo. Bud's jab leads down to 1. A weak body shot evens the round. Canelo leads with a partially blocked hook and widens the lead with the big body shot. Canelo's lead is now just a big body shot. Audible jab extends the lead to 2 punches.
You can sense it. You can sense it.
Bud cuts it back down to 1 and evens the score with the best punch of the round. They both miss their jabs, and Canelo wins the round with the hardest and last punch in the third. In the fourth, Crawford jumps out to an early lead with a weak jab. Make that 2. Another touch jab upstairs and a good right hand to the body. How does it compare to a Canelo body shot though? See what I mean? This nullifies Crawford's body connect and one of those weak jabs. Canelo stuffs the uppercut, gets hit with a hook around the guard. That hook and 2 jabs make up Bud's lead. 3 jabs, 4 punches. Bud starts this round quickly, probably realizing he lost the first 3. Canelo, for his part, he better do something or he will lose the 4th. Flashy shot, but no knuckle contact. Clean and effective, just not very hard. Crawford is up by 5 relatively light punches. Not very clean, so we'll say 4-zip, still Bud.
That was the first real bad intentions shot that partially landed up.
After initially blocked, this shot lands bang on the jaw. 3-zip Bud.
Landed upstairs.
That was a good shot right there. That right on the button from Canelo.
Right hand to the gut and a left behind the elbow.
Well, that's what
Even a partially blocked jab from Canelo is much better than those touches from Crawford. So even though they've landed the same amount of clean punches, Canelo's still winning this round. Hard to say if Canelo got through there, but at the very least, notice the power. Canelo takes the lead with a clean jab. But we're even insofar as the number of punches landed. Canelo's by far the harder puncher right now. He's up by 1. The ref said you could punch on the letters. 2-zip Canelo. Nice headbutt, by the way. Canelo's taken over. 3-zip. Where's this domination by Crawford? Partially blocked. Canelo's up by 5 punches. The second one lands a bit through the guard. Bud slaps on the shoulder, but we'll give it to him. Canelo's up by 5. Bud eats a jab on the way in. He's losing this round. Good little jab, too little too late. Hey look, he lands another. Canelo dominates the 4th round. Where's this ass whooping, guys?
Alvarez commits to the right hand and lands. Not me trying to teach you a lesson, and that was the best punch of the fight thus far. Crawford took it well, but Canelo starting to find a home for the right hand as Terence Crawford is in the southpaw stance.
This is what Coomers call an ass whooping. A touch jab from Crawford opens the 5th. Now this will soon change, but through the 5th, Canelo is clearly the bigger puncher. They're 1-1 right now, but if the round ends right now, Canelo's the winner. 2-1 Canelo.
Hasn't found this one if it keeps up like this.
Crawford misses the uppercut and touches Canelo as Canelo exits out the pocket. Even round so far.
He's this one if it keeps up like this. He's busy, head and body.
Good counter jab there from Crawford. Good counter jab there from Crawford.
I mean, if that's how you're scoring the fight, then of course Crawford's dominating. That's the unofficial score, by the way. Tells you what he was watching. Crawford's starting to commit to his shots, gets through the guard, and takes the lead. Gut shot sends Crawford back and evens the round. Canelo takes the lead with that little tap to the body. Gets through just a bit to make it wider. When Canelo was on the back foot, it looked like a mismatch. Crawford can't fight coming forward, guys. Canelo closes out the 5th with a 3-punch lead, while Crawford starts out the fight the same way he always does at this level, by losing the early rounds. 5-zip in rounds to Canelo, maybe 4-1. Here we go, round 6. Canelo stuffs Crawford's weak jab, folds him over with the body shot. Crawford gets around the guard with the hook, making things even. Stiff jab by Bud, can't see the rest. Now Crawford's body shots are starting to sound as loud as Canelo's. He's up by 2 punches. And now only 1. Sick hook by Bud. Canelo's body shots are losing some steam. Bud's up by 2. Weak, but effective. Canelo wins that exchange, but he's still down by 3 punches. And that looks like 4. And 5. And 4. And 5. And 4. And 5. And that wasn't enough for Canelo to win the 6th round. But this is the first round that Crawford legitimately won in the fight. 2 American judges in America had it 7-5 for the American. And the macho Mexican refused to hold hands with the Turk. So now I'm wondering whether or not Canelo won any rounds after the 6th. Maybe the 10th.
As big as the 5th was for Canelo, it was at least that big, if not more, for Crawford in the 6th.
Canelo had a great 5th round, and Terence Crawford knew he had to make a stand.
Canelo starts the 10th with the left hook to the body, but Bud gets his right back with the right hook over the top. Bud's up by a jab. They cancel each other out in this nice exchange. Canelo evens the round, punching inside the guard. Bud looks a little slower after that hit from Canelo. They cancel each other out in this exchange. Bud takes the lead with the left to the body. Canelo evens things up a little bit, then takes the lead, hurting Bud with the right. But the average viewer needs commentators to tell them what's going on. After Bud holds and tries to walk the right hand off for about 10 seconds, he begins to throw very sloppy and significantly slower punches, with Canelo countering hard to the body, twice. Canelo's up by 3. With Bud visibly hurt, Canelo goes back to the body. Canelo's up by 3 punches. 2, 3, 2, 3, and 4. And 5. And maybe 6. Desperate Bud shoe shines, landing a couple and almost gets slept.
Did that exchange win Crawford the round? That's a great question.
Obviously no, but let me give Ward some credit because he was the only commentator on the night who did a pretty good job, all things considered.
Did that exchange win Crawford the round? That's a great question.
The reason why you saw Terence Crawford fighting so desperately and taking such huge chances is because in all of his big fights against right-handed fighters, he wins them by going away, coming from behind. So I never understood why people expected for things to be any different now that he was fighting the best fighter he's ever fought. Well, himself, at his own physical best. The reason why he was fighting so desperately, in my opinion, is because he was hurt in that round, was losing that round, and was in danger of losing the fight. Canelo was the stronger guy in the first 6 rounds and in the 10th, and he was landing the better punches, winning all those rounds. Terence Crawford turned out to be, as we all expected, the guy with better endurance and more fighting ability down the stretch. So for me, he won the last 2 rounds, arguably winning the fight, but no more than 7-5. This wasn't some schooling, this wasn't a destruction, this was none of those things all of you deluded Bud buddies have imagined. This was a very close, competitive 50-50 fight, just as I told you it would be. This wasn't a robbery, this was Bud getting a gift because he was the American fighting in America with American judges judging the fight and Turkey holding his hand all the way to the end. Duh. Now if some of you little kids out there want to get emotional because an old cunt like myself doesn't get the pre-fight butterflies or get so emotionally wrapped up and involved in this shit, then have it your way. One day you'll grow up too. But if for some odd reason you want to be honest with us, or maybe just really yourself, I have an idea. Why don't you give us your scorecard for the fight? You won't, because you don't have one. You weren't sitting there scoring the fight, and all that you remember are the last couple rounds and how good it made you feel that everyone told you Bud is the greatest and he clearly won this fight. All that you've done while some of us were doing real work is talk about how you feel, and that's still the only thing you're able to do. You can't tell me what a legal blow is. You can't make a film study showing where I went wrong. Shit, you don't even have a scorecard for the fight. And that's because you don't know how to score fights. Didn't I prove that already? All that you got is your fucking feelings. Congratulations. You want a cookie?